ElectraCast.
Recently, we asked some people about sharing their New York Times accounts.
My name is Dana. I am a subscriber to the New York Times, but my husband isn't. And it would be really nice to be able to share a recipe or an article or compete with him in Wordle or Connections. Thank you.
Dana, we heard you. Introducing the New York Times Family Subscription. One subscription, up to 4 separate logins for anyone in your life. Find out more at nytimes.com/family.
Welcome to the Congressional Record Daily Digest, where we bring you all the previous day's U.S. legislative proceedings in 4 minutes or less. In today's episode, we bring you the Congressional Record for September 10th, 2025.
Today, the Senate introduced 17 bills and 2 resolutions spanning a range of pressing issues. Key among their actions was the passage of the Harmful Algal Blooms and Hypoxia Research and Control Amendments Act, aimed at protecting coastal communities, fisheries, and public health through expanded research and response. The Senate also passed the Fire Ready Nation Act, strengthening wildfire forecasting and smoke monitoring, as well as the Enhancing Fire Response Act, which improves disaster reporting and bolsters protections for public safety telecommunicators. Additional measures included the Modernizing Access to Our Public Oceans Act, which standardizes data on federal waterways for boaters and coastal communities, and a resolution honoring World War II veterans on the 80th anniversary of the war's end. Senators also continued work on the National Defense Authorization Act for fiscal year 2026, with debates over casualty assistance, long-term care, and the timing of enactment. A proposed amendment to release Justice Department documents related to Jeffrey Epstein was narrowly rejected. The Senate further considered nominations to the Transportation Safety Board, Farm Credit Administration, Surface Transportation Board, and the Export-Import Bank, while the Banking Committee advanced Stephen Moran for the Federal Reserve Board. Hearings covered topics from deposit insurance reform and artificial intelligence policy to wildfire prevention, renewable fuels, native energy programs, and national security. In the House, lawmakers introduced 51 public bills, 2 private bills, and 11 resolutions. Central to their work was passage of the fiscal year 2026 National Defense Authorization Act, funding defense, military construction, and Department of Energy defense programs. The bill passed 231 to 196 after dozens of amendments. Adopted provisions included support for Baltic allies, federal recognition of the Lumbee tribe, investments in cybersecurity and artificial intelligence oversight, and new healthcare and hiring requirements for veterans. Other amendments imposed restrictions on gender-related healthcare in the military, removed electric vehicle preferences, and set limits on flags displayed at military bases. Efforts to repeal outdated war authorizations, cut foreign aid, or block aid to Ukraine were rejected. The House also welcomed James R. Walkinshaw of Virginia's 11th District, observed a moment of silence for Charlie Kirk and his family, and sent the Military Construction and Veterans Affairs Appropriations Bill to conference with the Senate. Committees held hearings on wildfire resilience, anti-Semitism in K-12 schools, healthcare reauthorizations including telehealth and rural care, shareholder proposal reforms, veterans programs, and appropriations for labor, health, education, commerce, justice, and science. Together, these actions demonstrate Congress's focus on defense, disaster readiness, environmental protection, veterans services, and oversight of emerging technologies. Those were the key activities of September 10th, 2025 in the U.S. Congress.
Subscribe to receive daily or rate or review so others can find us as well. Thanks for tuning in to the Congressional Record Daily Digest. This has been an ElectraCast media production. Executive producers are Mark Netter and Peter Rafelson. Produced and edited by Hannah Riggs.
Hi, it's me, Flo. Remember me from Ghost Hampton, the podcast? I was secretly in love with Lyle Hall. Well, now I'm dead and loving it. But let's talk about you. If you loved listening to Ghost Hampton, you can now spend the summer in the Hamptons. The original episodes are back, and now new episodes will be dropping every Friday. I may drop in too, just to make Lyle feel guilty. Ghost Hampton, the podcast, is now streaming everywhere.
You deserve better health care, and so do we all.
Medicine in America is a podcast that shares real stories of patients and doctors reshaping the future, because the revolution in care isn't coming, it's already here. Real stories, real change, a better future for healthcare.
ElectraCast.